Riverside Astana is an urban strategy for mixed-use development on the waterfront of the Ishim River in the Sari-Arka district of the Kazakhstan capital. Urban studies have highlighted significant discrepancies between the current urban tissue and the official master plan. Furthermore, if you compare the Google Maps graphical layer with the satellite imagery, and then with the red lines of the Astana master plan, you'll quickly notice that the street layouts and locations of water bodies differ among them. This is because recently the Ishim River's course has been altered and straightened in this area to mitigate flooding and elevate marshy terrain. The designated area encompasses 12.5 hectares next to Shevchenko Keshesi. Urban studies have shown that the new city center is accessible by car within 20 minutes, and the airport can be reached in 30 minutes. The longest Astana pedestrian and bicycle trail runs along the river and next to the project site, enabling one to get to the Barabash from here on a scooter in just 45 minutes. In this newly developed area, school education options are quite limited, mainly because of its predominantly rural and industrial nature. The schools that are within a 20-minute radius of the site are already operating at 1.5 times their intended capacity. As a result, the project includes plans for an all-stage kindergarten and school to address this need. The cultural facilities nearby, which include 5 theaters, 3 malls, a horse theater, a zoo, and an aqua park, are all within a 7 to 50-minute drive or bus ride. During the summer, you can even reach them by scooter. The nearest food and supermarkets are at least 1 kilometer away and are more easily accessible by car than on foot, particularly during the 5-month-long winter. This necessitates the inclusion of various retail outlets in the project, ranging from small shops to a large mall. Urban voids have emerged as the most significant revelation in urban studies. The site is essentially isolated from the rest of the city's vibrant areas by 8-lane highways, extensive parking garages, the river, and various private, fenced-off spaces. Given the challenge of altering the car-oriented policy, the project aims to replicate the full spectrum of a modern city's diversity within the site itself, bringing a rich, vibrant life to its residents. The waterfront location is a key spot within the Ishim Emerald network, indicating that this area acts as a migration path for wild animals, especially flamingos. Implementing nature-based solutions will allow us to seamlessly incorporate natural elements into the project. Marketing research has highlighted a diverse array of residential projects by class, showing that the area is on the outskirts and predominantly surrounded by affordable housing options. The syntax analysis in the marketing study of similar real estate projects in Astana has identified 6 key blocks of values that the project aims to prioritize: location, safeguard, underground or built-in parking, and bicycle storage; landscape design, customized apartment layout, smart home system, eco and soundproof materials, low and middle rise, diverse facade design, panoramic glazing, multi-level water filtration, ceramic brick, swimming pool, fitness, pedestrian green zone, barbecue, and large lobby, kids playground and room, stroller storage, artificial pond, and boat pier, ground floor commerce, condominium management services, 24/7 concierge, recognition for design excellence, and community of wealthy neighbors.
The urban strategy of Riverside Astana is built around 7 core values: waterfront, cultural cluster, new home unit typologies, nature-based solutions, mixed use, micro-mobility, and underground parking lots. Initially, the project started with a 10-hectare area, but we had to allocate 2.5 hectares of that for a public school. We then divided the remaining area into 6 full blocks and 4 half blocks, inspired by the famous block design of Barcelona. As a result, we achieved a floor area ratio, FAR, of 2.93, a density of 400 inhabitants per hectare, 137,000 square meters dedicated to residential spaces, and 16,000 square meters for commercial use, expecting around 2,800 people to live in this community. The apartmentography scheme provides a range of options for residential units, categorized by area, class, and block. Meanwhile, the economy scheme visualizes a data of the expected economic value of real estate assets, sorted by type and block. The construction development roadmap outlines the essential steps in business planning, including the allocation of shares in light of a gradual price increase, the phases of construction, investments, risk management, return on investment, and related development activities along the waterfront. Morphogenesis of urban blocks is explained in 12 steps. 1. The project boundary and its probable expansion northward. 2. Main connections. 3. Internal roads. 4. Blocks. 5. Car parking areas. 6. Pedestrian areas. 7. Public and private space. 8. Active ground floors. 9. Real estate standards. 10. Floors. 11. Viewpoints to the water and downtown. 12. Green network. Thus we see the site master plan, and the zoning plan where commercial units are inbuilt in the perimeter blocks, and the wide waterfront includes temporary structures only. The scheme of development priorities lays out 3 possible scenarios, starting from the northeast with the large mall, building from the north with the adjacent street and 3 high-rise blocks, and finally, from the west with blocks and the waterfront area. Plans for car transit and parking, micro-mobility, and nature-based solutions outline the key principles behind the urban design. Shadow analysis was instrumental in adjusting the building volumes, ensuring more sunlight could penetrate the blocks. Through visibility analysis, we identified multiple viewpoints overlooking the waterfront. In designing the pilot block plans, our goal was to minimize space waste of common areas and introduce a diverse range of apartment types. To accomplish this, we introduced loft units on the ground floor with small gardens, duplex apartments on the rooftops, and optimized the layouts of the housing units. Here, you can see the typical layouts for 1, 2, 3, and 4-room apartments, as well as loft units. The architectural outlook for the future neighborhood incorporates the use of prefabricated brick, concrete, and glass for the facades, along with a broad implementation of green roofs, patios, and enclosed inner courtyards. A unique aspect of the design is the provision for snow removal vehicles to access pedestrian streets and inner courtyards, as well as the efficient drainage systems for both roofs and street surfaces. The different color street pavements indicate the designated areas for vehicle movement and pedestrian use. The landscape typologies lay out the fundamental concepts of urban design: outside street sidewalks, guest parking lots, roundabouts, crossing of car and pedestrian street, driveway to underground car parking, kindergarten next to pedestrian street, pedestrian crossing, underground waste segregation containers, waterfront walkway, inner court sport fields, inner court playgrounds, and park cafe. The street hierarchy helps visually distinguish the areas designated for walking, biking, driving, and parking. According to the urban strategy, this project should be developed over the next